The college basketball world focuses once again on Carver Hawkeye Arena in Iowa City. A new banner ready to roll down from the rafters. And on a day where Caitlin Clark is honored for her legendary career in black and gold, it's another.
So Caitlin Clark this weekend is getting her jersey retired. We all know that it's a big game. It's going to cost you like $800.
Caitlin Clark is having her jersey retired this weekend, marking a major achievement in her career. It's going to be an exciting game, but getting a ticket will cost you around $800. Next Voice 1. What happens when one of the WNBA's biggest stars struggles to fill a stadium for her jersey retirement, while a college senior sees ticket prices skyrocket over $1,000? The stories of Aya Wilson and Caitlin Clark's jersey retirements have taken an interesting turn, and South Carolina's reaction is getting attention. From offering free tickets to working hard to sell more seats, the pressure is building. This goes beyond just putting up banners, it's a sign of how fast women's basketball is evolving. Keep watching, what comes next is stirring up a lot of talk.
Also, it's A'ja Wilson's retirement jersey day, right? And, well, her prices for her game are high. The only problem is Caitlin Clark's are literally about 11 times higher.
Here's one of the most uncomfortable moments in women's basketball right now. Aya Wilson, three-time WNBA MVP, Olympic gold medalist, and the only player with a statue outside South Carolina's arena, can't fill the stands for her jersey retirement. At the same time, Caitlin Clark's senior night tickets are going for more than courtside seats at some NBA games. How did this happen? Let's break it down.
All right. And one's got to wonder, is somebody really going to pay $700 to see A'ja Wilson and her number get retired? Maybe they will. But I can tell you right now, if somebody wants these seats right here to see Caitlin Clark, they're going to have to pay first.
Let's start with the timing, which is where things get a bit strange. South Carolina had 7 years to retire Aya Wilson's jersey. 7. She graduated in 2018, led the team to its first national championship, and played a huge role in putting the program on the map. You'd think they'd have honored her right after she left, right? But instead, they waited so long that they ended up breaking their own rules.
She's accomplished, no single moment stands out more than the one that happened at Carver Hawkeye Arena last February in an unforgettable night against Michigan. Rebecca Kopelman is reliving that night through some of the eyes that were there to witness history.
It was the swish heard round the state. The record-breaking Logo 3 made by Clark right in this spot. That bucket that captured audiences across the country, now cemented in history here at Carver and in the memories of Hawkeye fans who were here to witness it.
Let's dive into one of the most awkward situations in women's basketball right now. Aya Wilson, three-time WNBA MVP, Olympic gold medalist, and the only player with a statue outside South Carolina's arena, can't fill seats for her jersey retirement ceremony. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's senior night tickets are selling for more than courtside seats at some NBA games. How did we end up here? Let's break it down. First off, the timing. South Carolina had 7 years to retire Aya Wilson's jersey. She graduated in 2018, led the team to its first national championship, and helped make the program a household name. You'd think they'd have retired her jersey right away, but they didn't. Instead, they waited until 2024 to announce her ceremony for 2025. That's well past their 5-year waiting rule, and it's raised a lot of eyebrows. Now, let's talk about the date. South Carolina chose February 2, 2025, for Wilson's ceremony. If that sounds familiar, it's because it's the same day Iowa picked for Caitlin Clark's jersey retirement. But while Clark's ceremony is turning into a major event, Wilson's is taking a different path. Iowa played it smart. They announced Clark's retirement just a week after her final game, riding the wave of excitement at the end of her career. They picked February 22 for her ceremony, tying it to her number, 22. Plus, they scheduled it during their only nationally televised game of the season. Brilliant. On the other hand, South Carolina's approach feels a bit like they suddenly realized, oh, we should do something about that Wilson jersey. The timing felt rushed and left fans scratching their heads. Then there's the ticket situation, and folks, it's getting awkward. South Carolina is literally giving away tickets, prices as low as $16, which is less than parking at most events, and they still can't sell out. Meanwhile, in Iowa, tickets for Clark's ceremony are going for anywhere between $200 to $1,000, with some fans paying more to watch Clark's jersey go up than they would for NBA playoff games. The fan reactions tell us a lot. When Iowa announced Clark's ceremony, social media went wild. Fans were excited, planning trips, and scrambling for tickets. But when South Carolina made their announcement for Wilson's ceremony, the response was more like crickets. Fans were confused by the delay, and some are even calling it disrespectful that Clark's ceremony is getting more attention. But let's be honest, if South Carolina had honored Wilson right after her career, we wouldn't be in this situation. They had plenty of time to get this right, but they didn't. What makes this situation even more uncomfortable is Aya Wilson's past comments about Caitlin Clark. Wilson has criticized the attention Clark has received, particularly in terms of how Black women athletes are treated. Now, those comments are coming back to bite her, as fans are noticing the difference in how both players are being celebrated. This all points to how quickly women's basketball is evolving. It's no longer enough to just be great on the court. Players like Clark understand that connecting with fans and building a personal brand are just as crucial. When Wilson played, social media wasn't as powerful, but today's stars know how to leverage it, engaging with followers, showing off their personalities, and building relationships beyond the game. This shift highlights how fast the sport is changing. It's not just about ticket prices. This is about the growth of women's basketball and how players need to adapt. Even legends like Wilson, with all their talent, have to adjust to this new environment. The players who embrace these changes, like Clark, are the ones who will pack arenas and capture fans' hearts. So, what does all of this mean for the future? It shows how quickly a new star can rise, how crucial timing is in shaping a legacy, and how much the game is shifting. Iowa nailed the timing for Clark's ceremony, capitalizing on the excitement and energy surrounding her career's end. South Carolina, on the other hand, missed the boat by waiting too long and breaking their own rules. When February 2, 2025, rolls around, it will mark a moment to reflect on two very different eras in women's basketball. Wilson's legacy as a player is already cemented, she's one of the best. But Clark? She's changing the game. She's revolutionizing how it's marketed and showing that a personal connection with fans is key. The difference in ticket prices isn't just about popularity, it's about impact. Clark has made people care about women's basketball who never paid attention before. She's built a dedicated fanbase and brought fresh eyes to the sport. And the next generation of players is watching her make a name for herself, both on and off the court. So, what do you think about the